troubles at this point. Most of us are bound to get some gift or some other things other than things that we maybe want this holiday season that has just passed, and we want to exchange it or return it. But here's the thing, what if the store says no? What are your legal rights? Here with what you need to know is Shari. Oh, we've been having a great conversation about this. You've been telling me some personal experiences. What does the law say here? How does it apply?
Well, it's really up to the merchant to decide what their policy is going to be, Holly, in terms of exchanges and refunds and even those restocking fees. But the state statute does say that if a store is going to charge a restocking fee or they're going to limit your ability to return an item, that they have to disclose that very clearly at the point of purchase. So that would be the cash register or someplace very close to where you're choosing the item. And here's what's good for most folks to know. If you go back to exchange something or return it and you notice that there is no sign like that and the store says, no, we won't give refunds, then the state statute says they have to give you a refund for up to 20 days. And as I said before, we were talking before we went on there, this happens to me often. I always say you don't have the statutory sign, and they always give me the refund.
I never knew that. I bet that was just a huge aha moment for a lot of people out there. Are there any federal laws out there protecting us when it comes to this?
Sure. Well, the Federal Trade Commission actually will step in if there's an unfair or deceptive or fraudulent trade practice. Also, for folks who buy things from door-to-door people or at a trade show, for example, or some kind of a temporary situation, there's a federal law that allows a 3-day cooling off period. So for anything that's cost over $25 that you buy under those circumstances, you're legally allowed to return for 3 days. But for the most part, this falls under our state contract law.
We've been talking about things that benefit the customer, but how do consumers also take advantage of some of these return policies?
Right, and this is actually a big problem for retailers too. This is about a $15 billion a year issue. So there are some different ways that consumer abuses look from the merchant standpoint. One of those, for example, is something called wardrobing, where people buy an item and wear it once and then try to return it. Retailers are also faced oftentimes with people trying to return stolen merchandise or creating fraudulent receipts, either trying to return a product that they bought on sale for the full price or falsifying a receipt altogether for a product that they may have bought at a discount store and trying to return it to a merchant. So it's a double-edged sword.
What is the cooling off rule? I saw that on one of our graphics here. Can you explain that?
Sure, that's the rule. I just mentioned the federal rule.
Okay.
So if you buy something from a door-to-door person or in a temporary situation, like at a trade show, for example, you're legally allowed 3 days to decide to return it if the product costs more than $25.
Gotcha. I bet a lot more people will be watching out for those signs when they go shopping.
You're running out of time to return. 20 days.
Yeah. All right. Roxanne, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Holly and Shari. Can you believe this? We're just a few days out from the start of the South Florida